As we all know, proper nutrition, hydration and physical exercise are vital for maintaining physical and mental health and overall well-being. So, as people who eat a well-balanced diet, combined with exercise of course, tend to have a stronger immune system and be at a lower risk of chronic illnesses and infectious diseases, we invited dietitian Palesa Maleka to talk to us about nutrition and how to improve our health this year. And she joins us now via Zoom. Palesa, a very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
Well, sometimes, the world of nutrition appears incredibly complicated. So how would you simplify healthy eating?
I always tell my clients that when you think of healthy eating, a lot of people want to focus on a whole lot of stuff, right? So my method is very simple. Healthy eating compromises mainly of just three things, right? So the quality of food. So what do I mean by that? The quality of food that you choose, which means that your plate needs to at least have 5 things, which are the 5 food groups: the fruits, the vegetables, the carbs, the fats, and the protein. The second part of it is the preparation method. How you prepare your food is very important. We only have one unhealthy preparation method, which is deep frying, but the rest of it is fine. The third part of it is the portion size. So when you're saying you're eating healthy, make sure that your plate has your carbs, the good carbs, the healthy carbs, the one which are the whole foods, your brown pastas, your brown rices and all of that, and your protein, right? And then you've got the good fats. Make sure you've got the vegetables on your plate and how you prepare them, and stick to the correct portion sizes. That way, that is what healthy eating is. Just focus on those 5 things and you've got everything figured out. So a lot of people, and especially on social media and what we listen to, they like to complicate things. It's easy. Healthy eating is very easy. As long as you can just focus on that and you've got the necessary information on how your plate should look like. And that is how I simply just simplify it for all my clients and everybody that asks that question.
Palesa, just apart from the 5 groups that I've just mentioned, what's the right balance that you always hear of eating healthy and exercising? I mean, we're often told of this so-called 20-80, which means 20% of the right diet, or rather exercising, and then 80% of the correct diet.
I think the terms used for me, for somebody who's just sitting at home, I mean, what is 20% and what is 80%? What does that mean? How do you calculate it, right? So what it means, I always say, is that you need to at least exercise 1 hour a day. So this could be, but depending on the level of your fitness, all right?
Okay.
So if you are starting out, so we're going to take it from a beginner stage. So you're somebody that just never exercised, you're starting to exercise. So you can even do between 3 to 5 kilometer walks, right? At least for like an hour a day. So that is part of your exercise. And it is okay for somebody just to live a healthy lifestyle and just say to prevent diseases, just for the healthy side of it. So 20%, I don't know how people calculate it, but for me, just 1 hour of physical activity a day. Do some sort of any movement. Don't be sitting throughout the whole time. Just do some walks, use the stairs and all of that. That is one. And make sure that, you eat well. You focus on the healthy food. Focus on drinking enough water a day. 2 liters of water a day, very important. And make sure that you eat your breakfast that is high in fiber, your lunch that has some sort of a vegetable somehow, whether it's a salad or whether it's some cucumber or some broccoli or something, and obviously your dinner as well. Remember, portion size is very, very important. So for me, nutrition is also avoiding unhealthy foods, like your unhealthy takeouts and food that are very high in fat. So when we just say 80%, 20%, for me, that doesn't really clarify what we're talking about. But people can focus on what to avoid and what to entertain, and in practicality, what to actually do on a daily basis.
Great point you just made there. And we're all taught to start eating and taking good care of ourselves at a very young age. But what's the ideal age to start a healthy lifestyle?
So I always say that a diet of a child, or their nutrition, starts in the mother's tummy. So it starts when your mom is pregnant. That is why it's very important for pregnant women to eat well and take their supplements, right? So there is something that is called the first 1,000 days of a child. So this is from the day of conceive, day one from when you're in your mother's belly and until you're 2 years. So that is when you actually determine the diet of your child. But as you get older, children should be introduced to healthy eating as early as from their preschool days, creche days, and also primary, and definitely as they get older, they're able to make their own choices. But if you teach them well at home as they're young, they know that we need to eat cucumber, we need to eat broccoli, we need to eat vegetables. We don't have to eat too many sweets and all of that. It just literally needs to start there so that you grow with it as you get older. It'll be easier because it's something that, it becomes a lifestyle. So as if you are listening and a child can actually hear me from now, there is no correct time. Eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle should be a lifelong thing. Doesn't have age, doesn't have that you need to start when you're 5, when you're old. No, everybody just needs to be exercising to eat healthier and better.
I've always asked this question, and it's always the dominant question. Isn't eating healthy a bit costly? We have the knowledge and we have the talent to create diets or to help people that want to go into a healthier journey to look into where you are right now, what you can afford, right? So you can be able to make your healthy eating economical, right? And to match your pockets and to match your wallet as well. Let me give an example. So we've got protein, for instance. So we've got the, I wouldn't say cheaper, but more reasonable priced protein. So we're talking about your beans that you can cook. We're talking about your tinned fish that you can buy as well. We're talking about your livers, your chicken, those, and your eggs as well, right? I know things are a bit expensive in the country right now or everywhere in the world, but those are much more of the protein that you can get that is healthy and it's not as expensive. But for somebody that feels like, I've got a little bit of some coins that I want to spend on the side, they can introduce more expensive protein into their diet, right? Now we're talking about your salmon, your fish. Fish can be expensive, but when you look at the hake side of it, it's not expensive. But when you look at the others, like your salmon, in case, they are much expensive, but it's the same thing. It's fish, both of them, but the other one is expensive and the other one is not. And you look at your oxtails. But do they have the same nutritional value?
They actually don't. It is protein at the end of the day. It's fish. You do get your omega-3s and your omega-6. But in terms of them being on, I'm focusing more on the food group side of it, right? Like if they are both protein, you still get omega-3s and omega-6s from them. They are both what? Seafood at the end of the day. So in terms of we're going to go deeper in terms of nutrients and how much omega-3 would you get from this, the difference you find that it's not that much. So I always say that in terms of fruits as well, we've got berries. Berries are quite expensive, right? Your strawberries, your blueberries and all of that. But you can look at much cheaper ones where you get almost the same nutrients from them. And, you can eat your watermelons, you can eat your bananas, your apples. Yes, they are very high in antioxidants. You won't get that much from your bananas and your fruits, but once in a while. So think about when you're going to do your groceries and just maybe choose one that you can buy that is expensive to get what you need to get. But healthy eating doesn't have to be expensive. We can still make it like our grandmothers and our mothers used to do it back in the day. So it is all about your pockets and what you can afford and what you like. But planning is very important. And that's why as dietitians or nutritionists, we're out there to actually help people to create, a diet and a healthy eating that benefits them and that is okay for them. It doesn't have to be the same for everybody else. All right.
Palesa, lovely chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us. So where can people follow you for more diets? And
So we have an Instagram page, Dietitian Palesa, and we are also on Twitter as well as Dietitian Palesa. We pride ourselves into giving information out there every single day. So follow us to get more knowledge. We post a lot of nutritional education, and I'm based at 134 Grayston Drive. For all those who want to do consultations, we do weight management consultations, and we also help those with diabetes, hypertension, and any other nutrition-related conditions. And you can reach us on WhatsApp as well, 064-828-0641 should you have any questions, and we will be able to attend to you.
All right, Palesa, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us. We just spoke to a dietitian, Palesa Maleka, on taking good care of yourself and your overall well-being and proper nutrition, hydration, and of course, physical exercise.